Okay, so my original intent for this video was to be a bit more scripted than I am going to be. There was going to be some mild video editing, but we're going to go over another an output for the PlayStation 2. So if you live in North America, most likely you won't know what kind of cable this is. This is what's known as an RGB Scart Cable, which was available in Europe. Europeans actually had the ability to output Scart RGB, or RGB in general, to PlayStation 2s back in the day, and it was a lot more common over there. That'd be a less compressed version of the video signal, and it will give you a very, very clean analog signal. Unfortunately, my intent for the video was to use this generic Scart cable, which is something you wouldn't find in North America, hook it up to my PVM for RGB, and then show it off to you guys. For some odd reason, no matter how many times I've plugged this in and tried to get to work with my PVMs, it's not showing the video correctly. What you need for these models is a specific adapter. This breaks out the Scart RGB signal into a 4-point BNC signal. Basically what it does is splits the analog signal into the green, red, and blue, and then the sync cable to sync the video image. No matter what, I am not getting these to work right. But what I am getting to work right is this official PlayStation 1 era RGB cable. This is not a Scart cable at all. This is what's known as RGB 21, which is a Japanese standard cable. People in English-speaking countries usually call it a JP21 cable, a Japanese RGB cable, but it's an RGB 21 cable in Japan, so I'm going to call it that from now on. And I do have a breakout BNC adapter that works for this. Although this has the same connection type, it uses a completely different pin layout, so you don't want to mix and match those two different standards. You want to make sure that you have one that's specifically made for RGB 21 instead of for Scart RGB. Now, as I mentioned in the previous video about component cables, we will need to make sure one setting is set up before we do this. Currently I have it hooked up through composite. Bear in mind, I'm also not going to have the audio hooked up for now, considering the fact that this thing only has mono. Make sure your component video is set for RGB mode instead of the YCB, PB, CR, PR standard that was used in component video cables. Once you know that your PlayStation 2 is set up for that, you can swap over to the cables. Similar to what you would have done with the component cables, you have to connect it to these points in the back and then swap over on the front to the component signal. This coupler also has a audio setup, so I'm going to plug one of them into the mono slot. We will need an extra connection, one to sync the video signal. Once everything is set into place, you should be able to turn on the PlayStation 2. Make sure that the PVM or other device is set to the right signal. And you'll have RGB video out on your PlayStation 2. Every single PlayStation 2 game is compatible for RGB, and every single software that works with the PlayStation 2 is compatible with this cable. So you'll be able to enjoy the best visual fidelity that the system has to offer. I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Expect to see me soon with another video relating to the PlayStation 2. Take care for now and enjoy!